Hey guys, welcome to Feature Junkie. My name's Ed, and thank you guys for joining me today. If this is your first time here, well, welcome. This is Feature Junkie, where we talk all things movies, TV shows, streaming, all that really great stuff. And today we'll be checking out the movie The Samaritan, directed by Julius Avery, starring Sylvester Stallone, Javon Walton, Pilu Asbeck, and Daska Polanco. So right now, IMDb has this movie rated as a 5.8 out of 10, Rotten Tomatoes has this as a 36%, and Metacritic has this as a 45 out of 100. I've got a few things to say about this film, but before I get into it, if you can leave a like down below, I'd greatly appreciate it. Now let's get into the plot, courtesy of Rotten Tomatoes. 13-year-old Sam Clary, played by Javon Walton, suspects that his mysterious and reluctant neighbor, Mr. Smith, played by Sylvester Stallone, is actually a legend hiding in plain sight. 20 years ago, Granite City's superpowered vigilante Samaritan was reported dead after a fiery warehouse battle with his rival Nemesis. Most believe Samaritan perished in the fire, but some in the city, like Sam, have hope that he is still alive. With crime on the rise and the city at the brink of chaos, Sam makes it his mission to coerce his neighbor out of hiding to save the city from ruin. Okay, so for those who don't know, this film, The Samaritan, was actually supposed to have a theatrical release, but then somewhere down the line, with test screenings and all that, it got pushed to Amazon Prime. So usually when films get pushed to a streaming service, that means that the test screenings weren't good and that the movie's crap. So going into it, I thought that that is exactly what this movie was supposed to be, crap. After watching it, yeah, I would still say the movie's crap, but it was actually more entertaining than I thought it would be. I think overall the story of a retired hero in hiding was definitely interesting. It gave me kind of Mr. Incredible vibes, but Stallone's character is more closer to the Grinch, where he just loves to be alone and he just loves his trash. The problem I kept running into though was the dialogue. While I enjoyed the relationship between Stallone and the kid, the script just made those moments feel forced and it pulled me out of those scenes. Another concern of mine is with a big budget, which this film doesn't have, many of the action sequences come off a little bit cheesy and dramatic. Like, just think back for a second when Tobey Maguire's Peter Parker punched Flash Thompson. That was fine because that movie came out 20 years ago. However, in this film, it just feels a little out of date and a little cheesy for me when you compare it to like the superhero movies that we have now from Marvel and DC, and even the TV shows like The Boys and The Umbrella Academy. Unfortunately, another problem with this movie is the CGI. There were a lot of scenes that you can just tell were filmed on a blue screen, especially the last fight scene. However, the third act is where I started to get more invested into the movie, the storyline picked up, and I started enjoying the movie a little bit more. There is a twist in this movie which is pretty refreshing, but I did see it coming because they just kept alluding to this one thing in the movie. But I didn't even expect this film to try a twist like that, so I have to give them kudos for executing it pretty well. Now, if you're looking to do a family movie night like on a Saturday evening, then sure, pop this on. I'm sure your kids will love it, but other than that, this film kind of faded to the back for me. I think this film did some cool stuff, and with a bigger budget and better dialogue, I'd definitely be recommending this film, but with those elements lacking, I think it was definitely the right call to put this on a streaming service. But I want to hear your thoughts on this movie if you've seen it, and if you haven't, are you going to see it? Leave those thoughts in the comments down below, and if you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe, hit that notification icon down below so you know when I'm going live, dropping new content, and I want to thank you guys so much for joining me today here on Feature Junkie.